If you want to make some money on the NFL this season, watch this video. I'm going to be laying out the best bets for this upcoming season, starting with player over and unders, team futures, MVP, offensive rookie of the year. I have all that planned for this video, so if you guys want to make some money this year, watch this video. Also, before I do get in the video, make sure you click that subscribe button right now. Help the boy at 1K. If y'all listen, y'all can just click that button. It'd mean the absolute world to me. Also, like the video and comment any recommendations or feedback down below. What do you guys want to see next on the channel? I have a very diverse channel, so it'd mean the absolute world to me. You guys click the subscribe button, help the boy out. It'd be much appreciated. Let's get into this video right now, starting with the team over-under on wins. 4 over-unders on wins, and we're going to be starting with the Tennessee Titans. Now, the Tennessee Titans had the worst record in football last year. They had the #1 overall pick, but I am a big backer of the Tennessee Titans this season. I'm a big believer in the Tennessee Titans this year. I think they have a very solid defense, probably a top 15 defense in all football, led by Jeff Simmons. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I definitely think that they are going to continue to grow. They should have a very good offensive line this year. They've invested a lot of draft capital in the offensive line. It should be well improved. Running game, Tony Pollard. We've seen what he can do behind a solid offensive line. I believe in him, and I also believe in Tajay Spears. Then Cameron Ward. I don't even want to get started on Cameron Ward. We know how good he is. He is a great player, and he's going to turn around this team, and I easily think that he can lead them to 6 wins. Tight end position, I think Chega Condu is a very good tight end. And at the receiver position, you got Calvin Ridley, you got Tyler Lockett, and you have some more depth at that position that they should be able to unlock these guys, and Cam Ward should be able to feast this year. They also have one of the easiest schedules in all football. They play the Jags twice, they play the Saints once, they play the Browns once, they play the Colts twice. Those are winnable games. They have a fairly easy division, like I said, and they have some very good matchups that I think that they should be able to exploit to at least hit 6 wins this season. I think that Tennessee Titans over 5.5 wins is my favorite bet of the season, and I absolutely love this futures bet. Next favorite bet for the win totals is the Cowboys over 7.5 wins. I know, it's the Cowboys. Everyone wants to hate on them, but there's no reason their line should be at 7.5 this season. Dak Prescott stays healthy, this is easily an over. The team is completely healthy for the most part. They do not have many injuries. The only thing that really is going wrong for them is Micah Parsons, but I do think that Micah Parsons will play this season. You have George Pickens, who is an absolute monster. You get him with the best quarterback he's ever played with in his life. You also get Dak Prescott back, who Dak Prescott is an absolute monster, man. When he plays, he's one of the best quarterbacks in football. I hate to say it, but it's true. It is true. Dak is a great player, and he does not lose a lot. He does not lose a lot, and I do not think that he will lose 10 games this season. The team is improved, and I do think that their head coach is going to lock in, man. I think that Mike McCarthy had a bunch of flaws, but I think Coach Schoenemeyer, I think that's his name, I think that he's going to step up for them and prove that he's not a bad coach. Everyone hated on it, but I do think that this win total is definitely feasible for the Cowboys. My next favorite bet of the year is going to be the Carolina Panthers over 6.5 wins. I like this one more than the Cowboys. This is one of my favorite bets that you could make. We finally got the Bryce Young that we expected last season. Towards the end of the season, after he got benched, when he came back in, he was different. He was different, and he showed why he was the #1 draft pick. He went toe-to-toe with the teams like the Eagles, the Chiefs. He really showed that he can ball, man. And the team is just going to get better with time. You know, they drafted Tyreek McMillan, a true #1 for him. Chuba Hubbard's only going to get better, and the offensive line is one of the top in football. You also get Derek Brown back, who missed a lot of time last season. You have J.C. Horn. Your team is solid in Carolina, and they are going to win 7 games. That's free money, in my opinion. I think that Carolina Panthers over 7 or 6.5 wins is one of the freest bets I've ever made in my lifetime. You're also in a weak division. You know, you play the Bucs, the Falcons, and you play the Saints. The Saints twice a year is a very, very, very good matchup. That's 2 wins right there, possibly. The Bucs and the Falcons are going to be pretty good teams this year, in my opinion. I do like the Falcons a lot, but I do think that they could steal 2 games or a game from each team. I don't think that they're going to get swept 2 years in a row, especially by the Bucs, man. Even though I'm a big believer in the Bucs, I think that they can win the NFC. I do think that the Panthers can definitely snag a game off them, especially at home, man. Last year they almost did, and they lost a lot of games close last year, so their record really doesn't reflect how good they were in that back half. They lost in overtime to the Bucs. They lost on a game-winning field goal to the Chiefs. They lost on a game-winning field goal to the Eagles. They've lost a lot of close games last season. If Xavier Legette makes that catch, they could have possibly beat the Eagles last year. So I definitely think that over 6.5 wins for the Panthers is doable, and I expect them to make that leap. I talked about in a video a couple months ago, I really do think that the Panthers are going to be a very good team this season. My last team total will be the Eagles under 11.5 wins. Before I get into why, Eagles fans, I do not want beef. I want peace between us. We have had our problems in the past, but I love you guys still. Love all football fans. We don't need beef because of this. I'm just saying, I think y'all get 11 wins on the dot, all right, guys? They're going to have a lot harder of a schedule this year, and I do believe in Super Bowl hangover. It's evident. Teams have talked about it in the past. It's when you're at the top, it's hard. It's hard to stay at that top, and I do think that they will drop some games. Their division is going to get tougher. I don't think that they're going to completely dominate their division like they did this past season. You know, I think the Giants could possibly take a game. I think the Cowboys will take a game, and I think Washington will definitely take a game off them this season. And then you have a tougher schedule where you're playing Kansas Kansas City and Buffalo on the road. Those are two tough opponents. The schedule is definitely a lot tougher, and their defense has had a lot of turnover, man. Their defense is very young, still one of the lead defenses in football, but that means there's definitely room for error there. They're still going to have a great team. They're still going to be a playoff team, still probably going to win their division, but 12 wins is a lot. You're banking on them getting less than 6 losses this season when I listed 3 that could possibly happen, and then you got the Chiefs and Bills. That's 5 losses right there, and you play the Vikings too on the road. Those are all tough opponents. Don't think the Eagles are a bad team, just think the schedule is really, really tough this year, and I expect them to drop some games that they didn't drop last year. So I do love the Eagles under 11.5 wins, and I personally will be betting some US currency on it. Now, my last team-related one isn't a win total. It's the Rams to make the playoffs. If Matt Stafford can play almost every game this season, the Rams make the playoff without a doubt in my mind. The NFC is relatively weak, and I do think that the Rams will win their division. But Stafford is banged up. Even with Jimmy Garoppolo, I very much think that they will win that division. You have an elite defense who's only going to get better with time. You have Jared Verse, who just won Defensive Rookie of the Year, coming back for a second year. Brennan Fisk. The FSU boys are great, and I hate that as a Miami Hurricanes fan, but they are very good NFL players. Very strong defensive line. If the secondary improves, their team is going to be lights out. Then offensively, you had Devontae Adams. You have Puka Nacua, hopefully back for a full season. Matthew Stafford, hopefully he stays healthy this season, because if he does, I know the back, he's been in some weird cryo chambers and whatnot, but if his back stays up and he stays healthy, this team is going to be awesome. Offensive line is going to get better. You have Kyron Williams, who had a great season last year. Sean McVay, one of the best coaches in the game. This team easily should make the playoffs, and that's why I absolutely love the value on them on the making the playoffs bet. Bet the yes, because I believe in this team. We talked about my favorite bets per team. If you guys want to see any more of the teams bet, comment down below, because I will definitely do a part 2 of this video. But now it is time to go into the player bets for this upcoming season, and we'll be doing some overs and unders, and then we'll finish up with the Rookie of the Year and MVP. My first player bet that I want to go over is Malik Neighbors over on his yards. I do think that Malik Neighbors is one of the most skilled players in all football. I talked about it in my receivers top 10. I do think that he is going to be absolutely elite this season. This is the best quarterback that he's had in his 1 year in the NFL. Last year he was playing with Drew Lock, Tommy DeVito, and Daniel Jones. You guys know what happened. It was not very good. This year he gets Russell Wilson. I do not care. We know Russell Wilson is going to sling it, and he is going to go deep to our guy Neighbors. And also, in the case that Jackson Dart ends up playing, Jackson Dart's going to look for Neighbors too. He is going to get fed all year round. If he stays healthy, he's easily crushing this line that you guys see on the screen right here. I have another receiving over I like. I like Nico Collins over 1,150 yards. I think that he's going to kill this line. Before Nico got hurt, he was on pace for 2,000 yards receiving, which is absolutely ridiculous. There's no Stephon Diggs, no Tank Dell. Nico is the true number 1, and he has no competition there. He has chemistry with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud's going to feed him, and he is going to be a target monster. He's just going to hog the targets, man. I think that he's going to burst on the scene, and he is a guy that's probably going to have 120-yard receiving lines this year, because he's going to be ridiculous. Also, keep in mind that he plays in a dome. Nico Collins gets to play in a dome 8 games of the year, 9 games of the year at home, and he also plays against the Colts, who are also in a dome, and he'll have some other matchups in domes. So it's not like bad weather at home is going to ruin this. He is going to be playing football in the best possible conditions. If he stays healthy, he's absolutely crushing this line. He's a unicorn, 6'4". He is just a monster, man. I expect him to dominate this season. My next over is going to be Jacoby Myers. Geno Smith has been like top 3 in passing yards the last couple of seasons on Seattle. Now he goes to Vegas. Jacoby Myers is the clear number 1 receiver in Vegas. Obviously, Brock Bowers is the focal point of that offense, and you have Jency, but Jacoby Myers is going to get fed because he loves his receivers. Geno loves throwing the ball to his receivers. We've seen in the past. He doesn't love the tight end as much. The receivers are going to eat. So I expect him to crush his 800 yards pretty easily. Jacoby Myers is a very skilled receiver, one of the most underrated guys in the game. He is a perfect guy. He is literally like Tyler Lockett, and I'm sure that him and Geno will be able to connect early and often. The Raiders are also going to be playing in a dome, so they're going to need good weather. They're not going to be playing in awful conditions like you're playing in at Lambeau. You're going to be playing in good weather where the passing game should be beautiful for them. You're getting Geno Smith, who hasn't played in a dome, so Geno Smith's going to be playing in the best possible conditions he could possibly play in. I expect our guy Jacoby to eat. So Jacoby Myers over 800 yards is a very good bet. My next favorite bet is Bucky Irvin over 1,000 yards. This bet is even money right now, but Bucky Irvin almost had 1,000 yards, and he didn't even start. I think he started 5 games last season. Imagine if Bucky Irvin would have started every single game. He would easily crush this line. The thing that does concern me is new offensive coordinator and Tristan Wirfs being out for a little, but Bucky Irvin is definitely got some big games. He's the focal point. I genuinely think he's the focal point of the offense. Bucky's easily going to get 15 carries a game this season. I don't know how good he's going to be as a receiver, but that doesn't matter. We're not betting on his receiving yards. Rashad White will be taking those duties. He will be a guy out of the backfield. He's just going to be a brute bruiser for them, and he's just going to chip, and he is going to just chip down those yards, and I do think that he's going to easily pass 1,000 yards this year. My next favorite bet is Tua Tagovailoa's over on passing yards. I've seen it for as little as 3,500 yards, and I absolutely am going to hammer that. Not because I'm repping this, because I'm repping this, baby. Tua has led the league in passing yards before. He is usually top 5 in passing yards when he plays, so you're banking on him being healthy, and I do think that this year he is going to be healthy. It's a big gamble, and it's not my favorite bet, obviously, but if Tua is healthy, he's going to easily pass that line. So if you are feeling a little risky, there is a very good value bet right there. Now we're on the final part of this video. We're going to be going over my 2 favorite award bets for this year. Well, 3 actually. I know I said I only had 12 bets for this video, but we're actually going to up it to 13. I have another bet that I love for the awards right here. To start off with Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going to say Cam Ward, man. If you watched Cam Ward in preseason, you guys would know that he looks awesome. I do think that him and Calvin Ridley are going to connect, and I do think that they have some other options on the offense to really help Cam Ward, along with an improved offensive line in a weaker division. I think that he has a chance to be very, very good as a rookie. There's only 2 rookies that really scare me from taking this award, and that is Ashton Jeanty and Tyler Warren. Those guys are the only guys that I do think that can take this award. I do think that there is some value with Tyler Warren, but I just can't take Jeanty, man. We know how much awards they give to quarterbacks nowadays, so I do think that if Cam Ward has a decent season, leads them to 6 wins, throws for 20 touchdowns or 23 touchdowns, has a solid rookie year, I do think that he will get it. Now my last 2 bets are going to tie in together, kind of. You guys are going to see here in a second. You guys maybe know what I'm thinking, but I'm going to go with Offensive Player of the Year and MVP. Joe Burrow for MVP and Jamar Chase for Offensive Player of the Year. We saw what Joe Burrow did last season. Unfortunately, he did not have a defense, or he probably could have won MVP if his team was a little better. He had ridiculous numbers, and so did Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase would have won Offensive Player of the Year if Saquon didn't have that crazy year. And if Jamar Chase puts up any similar amount of numbers that he put up last year, he's easily going to win Offensive Player of the Year. Joe Burrow, on the other hand, Joe Burrow is going to win MVP, I think. Just in my mind, I feel like he is the guy that's going to win MVP. I feel like the Bengals are going to get off to a hot start. He's going to play good all year, and I do think that they have a chance to take down the Ravens in the division. I really love that bet. We've seen what they did in the past. Last year with Lamar and Josh Allen, Lamar had a lot better stats. I guess they said that Josh Allen was more valuable, but now they both have MVPs. Voter fatigue. Joe Burrow has not won an MVP in his career, and I do think that this year could be the year. It just all makes too much sense to me, and I will be betting on Joe Burrow to win MVP and Jamar Chase to win Offensive Player of the Year. That is going to be it for the video, guys. I do appreciate the heck out of you guys, and if you guys want to see a part 2, I have some other favorite bets out there I will throw out if you guys hit 15 likes on this video. I appreciate the heck out of you guys, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Make sure you go click that subscribe button right freaking now. Help me at 600. We're so close. It'd mean the absolute world to me. But in the meanwhile, it's your boy AcesawmanYt out. Peace.